He said, no, 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 you won't do that. I told him I was going to do something. He said, no, 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 you will not do that. I said, I will, Vladimir, I will do it. I'm going to do it. These boxes were interspersed with all sorts of things, golf shirts, clothing, pants, shoes. There were many things. I would say much more, not that I know of. I have every right to have those boxes. This is purely a Presidential Records Act. This is not a criminal thing.
So as you can see from these couple of clips that we just took a look at, Donald Trump's interview with Bret Baier on Fox News went completely off the rails. It was an absolute disaster in typical Trump fashion, just like, usual. Somehow his fans still love the man, but anybody with a working pair of eyes can see that this man is truly spiraling out of control.
What do you say to that female independent suburban voter who feels that way, to win her back?
First of all, I won in 2020 by a lot, okay? Let's get that straight. I won in 2020.
You know that this,
and if you look at all of the tapes, if you look at everything that you want to look at, you take a look at Truth to Vote, where they have people stuffing the ballot boxes on tapes, or
Mr. President,
let's go to recent. Well, wait a minute. Let's go to recent. FBI Twitter. Let's go to recent. The 51 agents, all corrupt stuff, Brett.
It was
a
of
rigged
every
election.
potential case of voter fraud in 6 battleground states, and they found fewer than 475 cases.
You know why? Because they didn't look at the right things.
Okay,
Brett.
are you going to be
counting? They were counting ballots, not the authenticity of the ballot. The ballots were fake ballots. You had this was a very rigged election.
Are you going to go? This is how you're going to tell that independent suburban woman voter to vote for you?
We're off to winning an election, and I think we're winning very well.
You could really tell that Bret Baier just really was fed up and not feeling Donald Trump. You could feel it in his energy. You could hear it in the tone of his voice, because Donald Trump's sitting up there talking about,
if I was in office, Putin never would have invaded Ukraine because everyone's so terrified of big bad Donald Trump. I did everything right and I still got indicted.
Even though everyone's pointing out that, look, bro, you could have just sent the documents back when they asked you for them. Him sitting up there saying,
I won the election,
even though it was looked into, and no, you didn't win the election. We got you on the phone telling Georgia to just find 11,000 votes. Just find them.
So, look, all I want to do is this. I just want to find 11,780 votes.
For people to look at this interview and think that Donald Trump knocked it out of the park, you're just totally disingenuous, because the funniest thing about the Republican Party right now is that they're just simply not focused on the issues. They're focused on Donald Trump. They want Trump back in office. Nothing else matters, only Donald Trump.
Brett, there was no document. That was a massive amount of papers and everything else talking about Iran and other things. And it may have been held up or may not, but that was not a document. I didn't have a document per se. There was nothing to declassify. These were newspaper stories, magazine stories, and articles.
I'm just saying what the indictment says.
Well,
the recording
people,
and the people in the room who testified.
These people are very dishonest people. They're thugs. They're thugs. If you look at what they've done to other people, what they've done to, and overturned in the U.S. Supreme Court, these are thugs.
You ready? You ready, Brett? They weren't documents, they were papers, because documents, that stuff doesn't go on paper. Documents are written on stone tablets, Formica tablets.
Like, bro, what are you talking about? And one of the biggest telltale signs of somebody who's guilty is when they can't stay out the spotlight. As I said before, Donald Trump, he could have just given the documents back when the FBI asked him for it. However, what happened? He used that as an opportunity to play the victim and market himself as a victim to the base.
I did everything right and they still indicted me. I brought the documents back to my house and there were a couple of other things in the boxes mixed up with my slippers and my robes.
Like, bro, you got the nuclear launch codes and you're bragging about it to people like,
Jay, guys, you want to see something really cool?
And you on camera. Like, bro, just shut up. Just stay off of camera. It's the same thing with people like Andrew Tate, who just got charged with sex trafficking and a variety of other things. But look at him. He can't stay off the camera talking about how innocent he is. Same thing with Sam Bankman-Fried. Well, he wasn't saying he was innocent, but he was saying, I just made a mistake, guys. I accidentally embezzled billions of dollars. I'm sorry. And Donald Trump's playing the same game.